Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this special session of the 2022-2023 St. Martin Youth Parliament. We have established a quorum of 14 members. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you for joining us for this special session of the 2022 and 2023 St. Martin Youth Parliament. The members will now repeat the Youth Parliament Pledge. As a youth parliamentarian, I pledge to be a prominent member of society by empowering and representing the youth of St. Martin. I pledge to advocate peace, understanding, and to create an environment of great leadership. I pledge to bring about social change by service to the community and collaborating with our counterparts locally, regionally, and internationally. I pledge to be kind, fearless, committed, integrous, and ambitious. I am a youth parliamentarian. Thank you. I have received notice of absence from the following members: YMP Ariane Martes. Are there any other notifications? Today's meeting comprises of 3 agenda points. Agenda point 1, induction of 4 new members. Agenda point 2, presentations from YMPs who completed the Toastmaster Youth Leadership Training Certification. Agenda point 3, the presentation of leadership training certificates. I now invite the President of Parliament, the Honorable Siddharth Bijolani, to give brief remarks and administer the oath of office. MP Bijolani, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair Lady. Dear fellow youth parliamentarians, it is my great pleasure to address you today as the Chairman of Parliament. As young leaders, you are in the unique position to shape the future of our country and make a positive impact on our society. You must seize this opportunity with both hands and work together to address the challenges such as climate change, inequality, social injustice, and many others. You must be bold and visionary in your ideas and must be determined in your actions. As youth parliamentarians, you have a responsibility to listen to the voices of your peers, to represent their views, and to champion their rights. You must be guided by the principle of democracy, transparency, and accountability, and must uphold the values of respect, tolerance, and diversity. You are the future of our country, and you must lead by example. Let us work together to build a better world for ourselves and for our future generations. Let us inspire others to follow our example and join us in our quest for a more resilient and equitable society. Thank you, and I let you commence this session with the knowledge that you all are capable of creating a brighter future for our country, St. Martin. Thank you.
Passport, can you come in front, please? Can you stand in front, please? Line up, please. President?
I swear that I have not given or promised anything to anyone whosoever, directly or indirectly, under any name or pretext whatsoever, in connection with my election as a youth member of parliament, nor shall I do so. I swear that I shall not accept any pledge or gift of any description from any person whatsoever, directly or indirectly, in order to take or refrain from any action of any description in this position. I swear my loyalty to the King and the Charter of the Kingdom, to the people of St. Martin, that I shall always help to uphold the Constitution of St. Martin and shall support the welfare of St. Martin to the best of my ability. So help me God. YMP Aisha Katnani. YMP Jalil Bladen. YMP Ilanka Morris. And YMP Laisha Hodge.
Congratulations, YMPs. You may now take a seat. Congratulations, YMPs. You may now take a seat. I will now invite the newly inducted youth members of parliament to present their introductory speeches. YMP Aisha Katnani, you have the floor.
Okay. As protocol has already been established, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aisha Katnani, and I'm 17 years old. I currently attend Learning Unlimited, and I like to say that I'm very outgoing, but I do really enjoy spending time at home and watching Netflix as well. For hobbies, I dance and perform musicals, as well as teach younger students ballet and jazz. Just like most kids, I love going to the beach and hanging out with my friends on weekends. However, this academic year, I wanted to do more for the community that raised me and took on the role of becoming the president of the Alpha Leo Club. Through this position, I have been able to orchestrate several events that have inspired me and changed who I am as a person. I decided to join the youth parliament because I wanted to represent and empower youth opinions. I also thought that this would be a good opportunity for me to learn about the government of St. Martin and collaborate with the parliament to work on issues that many students face. The members and advisors of the youth parliament have welcomed me with open arms and have made me feel like a family in such a short period of time. I'm very excited to further my experience in this prestigious organization and learn more about how I can make a change on this island. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. YMP Ilanka Morris, you have the floor.
St. Martin Youth Parliamentarians, members of Toastmasters International, and distinguished guests, good afternoon. I am Ilanka Mars. I am 13 years of age and I attend the St. Dominic High School. I joined the St. Martin Youth Parliament as a prospect in September 2022. I think we can all agree that youth is a gift of life. Being a youth is a period between childhood and adulthood. Youth represents the freshness, spirit, and appearance of an individual. At this phase of life, a person can be full of curiosity and doubtfulness. They feel the power to speak and express their views without fear. Youth play a vital role in the building of the nation. The future of this country depends on them. Every youth is equally responsible for St. Martin's future as they represent this island at every level. They are the building blocks for the country. As the youths are very energetic and enthusiastic, their ability to learn new skills and adapt to the environment is exceptional. They have an urge to act correspondingly, which is a trait that helps them to achieve their goals. To conclude, being a member of the St. Martin Youth Parliament, I would like to encourage the youth of St. Martin that this is the prime time of your life. You must cherish your dreams, develop a passion, and start working towards your goals in life. And always remember that you play a critical role in the future and development of our island. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. YMP Daisha Hatch, you now have the floor.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Laisha Hodge. I am 14 years old. I am a student of College Soligo in La Sabane. I like to dance and listen to music. I am very shy in public places. I'm always to myself. I have become to a point when I have to believe more and have more confidence in myself to open up to others. Joining the St. Martin Youth Parliament was something new for me. And so far, I have learned a few things, and I am grateful for what I have become here today. I have also met the governor of St. Martin and the Dutch royal family. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. YMP Jalil Blaydon, you now have the floor.
As protocol has already been established, good afternoon. My name is Jalil Blaydon. I'm 17 years old. I am a fourth farm student in the care and wellness sector of the Sandel School. I would describe myself as a smart, funny, loyal, and an out-of-the-box thinker. My hobbies are making music, reading, and I enjoy making people laugh. I joined the St. Martin Youth Parliament because I love the idea of having a voice. It will help with skills such as my leadership skills, how I articulate my words, and it will help with leadership skills, how I articulate my words, how to build courage, and how to have confidence in yourself, and how to make speeches. That concludes my speech.
Thank you, youth members of parliament. We will now have a 2-minute break. Meeting is resumed. I would like to call forward Ms. Brenda Maynard. Ms. Brenda, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being part of this. International, which gives them a certification as a youth leader in a worldwide organization of 140 countries, and they can use it for future reference to colleges and also as adults as being trained to be a leader. So this afternoon we wanted to do a little twist. So we will have the best speaker awarded today and also the best evaluator. I hereby yield the floor back over to you, Madam President, for the beginning of the speeches.
Thank you, Ms. Brenda. Our first speaker is Aljane Henry. YMP Aljane Henry, you now have the floor.
I could start. Protocol has already been established. Good afternoon. My name is Aljane Henry, and I am 11 years of age, a student at the Asher Stevens Hillside Christian School. Are people capable of being brainwashed, and why do you think that is? No, people are not capable of getting brainwashed. I think it is very rare for you to get brainwashed. Why? Because only you are in control of what you think. Yes, sometimes we may make bad decisions and fall off guard, but does that really mean we are getting brainwashed? In 1969, Charles Manson, an American native, supposedly brainwashed his followers to commit crimes and murder. But again, does that really mean they were being brainwashed, or were they just being forced/threatened into doing it? The Webster Dictionary states that the meaning of brainwashing is to induce someone to give up basic political, social, or religious beliefs and attitudes and to accept regimented ideas. Repeating the last sentence, accept regimented ideas, a synonym for regimented is controlled. This means you are being forced/pressured into doing this idea, influence. I believe people are often confused by the meaning of influencing and brainwashing. They were two separate words for a reason. The Webster Dictionary also states that being influenced is to affect or change someone or something in an indirect but usually important way. We can easily be influenced in our everyday lives, whether it's by apps like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, basically social apps. We can see a trend we like and might want to start doing it, whether it's dangerous but fun or popular and productive. You can even be influenced by your own family members. For example, your mother influencing you to go to a school you might not want to attend, also by your friend influencing you on which wedding dress you should buy for your special day. Do you think these examples are brainwashing or really influencing? Influencing is also a very high-paying profession. Some famous influencers include Selena Gomez, Kylie Jenner, and Human Katan. I believe that there is a difference between influencing and being brainwashed, and we are often confused between the two. I stand here today to say that no, I do not think that people are capable of being brainwashed.
Thank you, YMP Aljane Henry. We will now have our second speaker, President of Parliament, YMP Angel Flanders.
Thank you, Secretary General. Protocol already have been established. My name is Angel Flanders, a regular 16-year-old who is also a part of this brainwashing experience. Brainwashing, in my opinion, is an effect that social media leaves on your brain to believe and try any and everything you see. For example, TikTok is one of the most prominent form of brainwashing on social media. Let's say you see a video come across your For You page, explaining you that toothpaste erases cracks off of your phone. You would want to try it, right? Who wouldn't want to erase cracks off their phone without spending so much money? Why would I pay over $300 something when I could just take a toothpaste from my bathroom and erase the cracks myself? Easy, right? Brainwashing. There are many forms of brainwashing, for example, family brainwashing, community brainwashing, and brainwashing from businesses. You're probably thinking, what in the world is this child talking about? Well, let me tell you. You may not notice it, but your own family might be brainwashing you by telling you what to buy, what to eat, who to talk to, what to try, etc. Being brainwashed by businesses is kind of like the same thing. They tell you what to buy even when you have a list. They make you change your mind and buy something extra or something entirely different. For example, you walk into a store to go buy a pants, and the salesperson comes up to you, and all of a sudden you walk out of the store with a pants, shoes, shirt, not to mention the belt you walk out with, just an extra $2, right? Brainwashing. It happens all the time, even when you are not aware of it. So yes, I do believe that you can be brainwashed. Like I said, it happens all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP Angel Flanders. We will now have our third speaker, Rihanna Roberts.
Following protocol already been established, good afternoon. What if I told you I would be able to brainwash you at the end of this speech? Would you believe me? According to research, brainwashing is the process or effort to persuade persons to accept a particular allegiance or belief. The human brain can be controlled by using psychological tactics. Psychology is the study of the mind and behavior. So by psychologically studying a person, you may be able to manipulate a person's thoughts or actions against their will. This is why it might be assumed that people who have a lower mental state or sense of self are more vulnerable to brainwashing. So, how can we interpret brainwashing into our everyday lives? I have 2 words for that: social media. The director of the Center for Internet and Technology Addiction, David Garfield, said he's questioning the idea that social media has anything to do with social contact. I agree. Is social media really for social contact, or to keep your eyes on your screen all the time? Social media is run by algorithms. It filters everything that your activity does not align with and gives you everything that does. People start to feed into this and believe that what they're seeing is the most truthful idea. And it just continues in a cycle until someone imposes. Then, which majority of the time, they don't. Not only is it not social in the sense that it isolates us from everyone except those whose opinions are almost exact replicas of our own, but most social media posts are also not quote-unquote media, in the sense of news reporters reporting the news. For example, on Facebook, a person can post a ridiculous hypothesis which thousands of automated accounts may repost, and hundreds of other users may perceive it as a chance to promote themselves. This article appears repeatedly in your newsfeed from many sources, occasionally edited, but frequently not. This now seems to have come from several sources, which it does, but they aren't original, they are duplicates. Now that you've seen it enough times, your brain is starting to adapt and it starts to seem believable. One-sided views are presented by social media algorithms, with the idea being that you'll enjoy the apps more if you only see things that you agree with, which is why you never seen the arguments against such posts. In conclusion, yes, I do believe people are capable of getting brainwashed because of manipulation techniques which may not be so visible to us, and platforms such as social media that are used to influence us in front of our faces practically every day. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP Rihanna. YMP RT Gyan Chandani, you have the floor.
Protocol having been established, good afternoon, everyone. Have you ever come across an advertisement for a product that led you to believe it was the best on the market, only to find out that it wasn't? Companies would just consider this effective marketing. But how would you feel? Would you feel manipulated? Brainwashed even? I do believe that people can be brainwashed. What formed your beliefs? Our thoughts and beliefs are influenced by what we see around us. If someone is only given information about one side of the story, eventually we will come to believe this side. Through a lack of information, people get brainwashed. The more we see or hear something, the more likely we are to remember it. And although remembering does not equal believing, people will look for facts around them to prove the information they were fed. This process is known as confirmation bias, and it is part of the cycle of being brainwashed. Brainwashing is defined as a systematic effort to persuade non-believers to accept a certain allegiance. By withholding information from people or only providing certain information, they are getting brainwashed. Brainwashing is using a force to change or influence the way a person thinks. We have all heard of the wonders of the addicting TikTok algorithm, as my peers have even mentioned. But why is it that TikTok has such an addicting algorithm that has people hooked on their app? Their method is to show you posts that relate to other posts that you displayed an interest for. You could have shown this interest by liking the post, sharing it, commenting on it, or saving it. Then TikTok shows the user more videos that have the same or similar ideas. This repetitive cycle leads the user of the app to believe everyone thinks in a similar way and shares their beliefs. These are the most common brainwashing techniques. There are also much harsher techniques. These techniques include isolation and methods of dependency or fear, but these are the techniques most commonly used in war. Based on the information I have given you, is it not clear that we have all been victims of brainwashing before? Whether it was significant or not, we have been brainwashed by either a lack of information or the wrong information. Therefore, I do believe we're all susceptible to being brainwashed. And I would like to leave you all with a powerful quote that will have you thinking, by Andrew Cervantes. The thing is, when you are brainwashed, you do not know that you are brainwashed. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. Evaluator 1, you have the floor. Viveka Titus. YMP Viveka Titus.
Sorry. Thank you, Mrs. Chairman. I'll be evaluating Miss Aljane Henry. I find that the speech that you made today was very informative, and it was very like, I learned a lot from your speech. It was very like, I learned more than enough from your speech. It was a good speech. I think that you were the best speech here. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, YMP. Evaluator number 2, Jemiah James. You now have the floor.
Thank you. Miss Rihanna Roberts. I think your speech was very well done and very informative, and I think you had very well examples and it was very organized. I think you could have maybe practiced just a little more, not too much because you stumbled just a little bit, but I think it was a very good speech, and overall, I think you might have been the best one.
Thank you, YMP. Evaluator number 4, YMP Lyndall Wilson. You now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. Good afternoon. Protocol has been established. Madam President, your speech was well rehearsed. You had amazing eye contact, voice projection. Honestly, there isn't anything I would change. I believe I was brainwashed during your speech. Honestly, Madam President, congratulations. Your speech was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. Evaluator number 4, YMP Sabaya Nanton. You now have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will be evaluating Miss RT Gianchandani. I think her speech was very interesting. It was very relatable. She had great points, and I feel as though everyone could have interacted with what she was saying because it was a very down-to-earth topic, and she included stuff that we all know very much about. What I would have done differently is I would have spoken a little bit slower and put a little more articulation on certain words. But other than that, her speech was amazing.
Thank you, YMP. I would now like to call forward Ms. Brenda. Ms. Brenda, you have the floor.
Been incorporating in the training where they do speeches and then they evaluate each other as peers. And one of the things about evaluation is using the sandwich approach, where you say something that wowed you about a speech, you say something that you might have done a little differently, and then you end it again, encouraging them to continue making speeches. I guess just now when somebody said you heard a lot of commotion going on. We also have different roles because we have a role called the and the and the and the der and all the crutches are being counted by the person who has the role of a counter. We also have a grammarian who looks at our language, when we use good language or when we use language that we could use a little differently. It's a learning process. And then we have the timer who makes sure that we're always on time and within the allotted time that it was then designated for the evaluation or the speech. We have a distinguished Toastmaster in our midst today. I see a couple Toastmasters, and one of her roles today is to choose the best speaker and also the best evaluator. I would like to give her that opportunity to continue tallying, and we will then go on with the certification of the program. The program had strict requirements, and there are some that won't get a certificate because this is not something that we just do lightly. It is accredited by Toastmasters International with over 400 million persons having this certificate. And so we abide very strictly with the rules, but they get the choice to do some alternative assignments to make up, because we really want our children to be able to produce and have this certification. So I would like to call Ms. Gibbs, who is also a coordinator, Ms. Connie, as we give the certificates out to those members that successfully completed this year's training. Lizzie, can you come and you can hand them the certificates? Last time I checked. We will start with our president, YMP Angel Flanders. Brianna is our public relations officer, and so excuse her for coming and take pictures. Next, we have our vice president, our first vice president of the Youth Parliament, Ms. Brianna Woodstock. Next, we have our second vice president of the Youth Parliament, Mr. Lindell Wilson. Congratulations. Yes, he said he's our incoming. No, we have a lot more. We have a lot more. Next, we have our Secretary General of the St. Martin Youth Parliament, Jaffer Mali. Then we have our YMP RT, Jai Chandani. Next, we have our Assistant Treasurer of the St. Martin Youth Parliament, Aljanae Henry. That's our baby. We now have our YMP, Aisha Kandnati. We now have our youth parliamentarian, Judeline Etienne. Lizzie. Our newly inducted youth member of parliament, Ilonka Morris. YMP Jalil Bladen. YMP Laisha Hodge, also one of our newly inducted members. Look at Daddy. Daddy wants a picture too. Then we have our youth parliamentarian, Vivica Titus. Our youth parliamentarian, Jemiah James. Our youth parliamentarian, Kiara Hammer. Our Assistant Secretary General, Ms. Sabea Nanton. She said, wait, we could take pictures after. And our Public Relation Officer, Ms. Rihanna Roberts. As part of the program, the coordinators also receive a certificate and also part of their Toastmasters journey for being part of the training. And we do it not only in Youth Parliament because we're here, but we do it to all other youth organizations. We are currently busy with a Leo's Club, and we have to do one of the other schools. So we want to just empower our young people to be able to be leaders. So now I turn the floor over to you, Madam President.
Thank you. I would like to call forward Ms. Brenda Maynard. Next, I would like to call Ms. Connie. And lastly, Ms. Lynette.
Good job.
We also have some roles. So we'll like to ask those who are playing roles this afternoon to also do your reports. I would like to start with Madam Timer, who was... Should be last. Okay, let's do her last. The grammarian is Miss Ilonka Morris. to give her report on how the meeting went today in terms of our grammar. You have the floor.
Thank you. I only have 2 grammar mistakes, which is Vivica, she had 1 and Miss Brenda, you had 1
I plead the fifth, because you're the grammarian, not the accountant, or are you? Thank you for that report. And you see, they keep us on our toes, and we actually even charge our...
The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I or this means this. Okay, so we have 3 and 3 so's, 3 buts, and 9 repeats.
Thank you so much, Madam Etienne, for that report. And so we aim to do better on our crutches as we progress with presentation. Madam Timer, I would like to yield the floor to you for your report.
Thank you. Protocol having been established, as timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific time remaining. Evaluators should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At a minute, I raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. The speakers should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I raise the red card. YMP Aljane Henry, she was within the time, leaving us, she had 2 minutes and 29 seconds. YMP Angel Flanders was within the time with 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Rihanna Roberts was within the time with 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Arti Ganchandani was within the time with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And for our evaluators, Vivica Titus was not within the time with 37 seconds. Jemiah James was not within the time with 41 seconds. Linda Wilson was not within the time with 33 seconds. YMP Sabea Nanton was not within the time with 37 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you for those reports. The timer is very important because they denote if you have reached your required time. So I would like your assistant in this matter, VZ, MP Westcott, MP DeWeaver, and MP Gums. We have a situation. None of my evaluators met the time, and so technically that means they don't qualify for the prize of Best Evaluator. What shall we do? Should I put a motion in place? Can I get somebody to put something on the floor? Help me out, members of parliament. They're laughing. We'll take a 1-minute break so you can caucus. I am just buying, oh, sorry, MP Angelique, I didn't see you, I'm sorry. And also, and also MP Angelique, can you please caucus 2 minutes and give us a solution on how we will go forth with this very serious matter? We'll take a 1-minute break, Madam President. Can I have a 1-minute break?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? 2 minutes break as the members of parliament help us find a solution. Go ahead. That's Madam Member of Parliament Westcott has been given the floor to address this serious situation. I yield the floor.
Good afternoon. And since that very
Rihanna?
serious caucus that the members of parliament had with respect to this unforeseen circumstance that we're now confronted with, and we do want a best evaluator. All of you are good, all 4 of you. But I think that all of you require, and this is the proposal coming from the members of parliament, a few more seconds. All 4 of you will get a few more seconds so that you can at least meet the required time. And I encourage all of you to say something extra to what you said about the evaluation. And once that is done, then I would ask those who will be judging the evaluators to then judge the best evaluator.
And so let me summarize this, MP, let me summarize this correctly. So they are now getting the opportunity to do it over?
I would suggest give everyone 30 seconds, because from the count that I heard, everyone with 30 extra seconds would be within the required time slot.
Okay.
30 seconds, say something in addition
To what was
your
said.
evaluation earlier.
Madam Timer, can I get 30 seconds for each evaluator? Thank you so much, members of parliament. I don't know how I would have done this without you. And so now we give and we ask the judge to... Impromptu, yeah. They also practice impromptu speaking, which we just throw out a topic and they have to respond in 1 to 2 minutes. So this will be a sort of impromptu evaluation. We're making up things, so Master going to show us. Yes. And so we would like to ask the judge her indulgence in bearing with us with her counting of and tallying of the said evaluators. So we would like to start again with, I yield the floor back over to you, Madam President, to then have each evaluator use their 30 seconds to plead their case. I yield the floor to you.
Thank you. Are you ready? Evaluator number 1, YMP, Viveka Titus, you now have the floor.
Hello? Okay. I would say Miss Aljane Henry, her speech was very informative, and she gave certain points where you were able to relate and understand to. Also, that her speech was very well articulated and said. Also, her speech was in the time that was given, supposed to be. She met the time limit.
Thank you, YMP.
Thank you.
Evaluator number 2, Jomaya James, you have the floor.
Thank you. In addition to what I said, Miss Rihanna Roberts was one of the best speakers in my opinion, and I think she was one of the speakers with the least mistakes. I think her speech was well organized, as I said, and well put together. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. Evaluator number 4. Evaluator number 3, YMP Lindell Wilson, you now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. Your speech was well informative as entertaining. I believe your speech was quite the best, and it also brainwashed me again. Your speech was well amazing, and it blew me off my seat. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. YMP Evaluator number 4, Sabria Nanton, you now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. In addition to what I said before, Miss R.T. Jenchendani, I loved her interaction with the crowd. At certain moments, she rests her paper down and she did certain hand gestures so you would know what she was talking about. And you can really tell that she knew what she was talking about. Let's be serious. And it was very well put together and sent out in a very relatable and down-to-earth manner. Thank you.
Thank you, YMP. Ms. Brenda, you now have the floor.
I give the floor to Madam Timer. I still think somehow. Very valid point, and we encourage them to think outside the box and to voice their opinions. And she had a protest. She said because the members of parliament gave her additional 30 seconds. However, for those who was already 1 second, for instance, when you add whatever they did now, they are now in the allotted time. Yeah. It will be a problem for those who maybe were less than the 30 minutes. That's what you're saying? Can you articulate what you were saying?
Good afternoon. So you said that we had to.
So you?
Oh, sorry. Miss Member of Parliament. You said that they had to speak more than 30 seconds, but one of the speakers had 40 seconds already. So I suggested that they add the times.
To make them qualify.
Yes.
So she has a motion on the floor, MPs, and so she is asking to add to what you suggested and if you agree with her or not. Madam Spokesperson? You have the floor, MP Sarah.
Second slot be added.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then they would all be, from what we've heard,
What is he doing now?
Thank you for the clarification and very good observation, YMP Aisha. Now, you see, I was thinking that we're now judging from the 30 minutes, but then the 30 seconds, sorry. So it was good for the clarification and the working together. Thank you for the job well done. I turn to the timer, and do you need one more minute?
Okay. Almost use a clutch. Vivica Titus has now met the time with 1 minute and 7 seconds. Jemiah James was not within the time with 56 seconds. Lindell Wilson was not within the time with 46 seconds. And Sabea Nanton was within the time with 1 minute and 1 second. Thank you.
As per contest rules, only those that qualify will be able to be judged. So I would like the judge to take that into consideration, but I would love for you to give them a round of applause for excellent job done on evaluation and the speeches met. Having said that, I would like to look at the judge. Do you need more time, or are you ready? Oh, so I would like to call to the podium distinguished Toastmaster Denise Williams Warner. She has an extensive career in the Toastmaster world. She was our area director. She has been the president of our corporate Swaligas Club, and she works very closely with Toastmaster Lynette and I in our ventures in spreading Toastmasters across the world. And we also have Toastmaster Connie, who is part of the Swaliga Elite Toastmasters Club, a club. All three of us are members. And I think, but wait, nah. We don't have time out in Toastmasters, right? But I'm going to introduce it now. Time out. And we have Toastmaster Connie, who is part of the Elite Swaliga Toastmasters Club, which is young persons that are away studying. They were past youth parliamentarians, and they stick together now, and they have their own Toastmasters Club, and they have been president distinguished from the first year, so they are awesome. And in our midst, we have the founder of the government's club, which we are part of, and we have just received the International Award for the best corporate club in the entire Caribbean. And our founder, MP Sarah Westcott, was vital in forming this club about 18 years ago, and we continue to encourage our civil servants to be ambassadors because they are the face of government, and we are busy trying to revamp and expand and get them more included in the program. And so I yield the podium over to our very qualified judge. I know this was a difficult task. That's why I gave it to you and I didn't take it for myself. And I am sure that we all would agree that everyone did a great job, but there can only be one winner. And so with that, I yield the floor over to you, Madam Distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you, DT and Brenda. Speaker number 4. And your name is Glenn. It was said. For the evaluation contest, speaker number 4. You gave a great evaluation. You begin with a beginning. You talked about what you liked about her speech. You went on then to give recommendations. And you end with talking about how you liked her speech and what you could have done, in which way and manner that you could have done it, and ending with congratulating her. Congratulations to you also. Congratulations.
On behalf of all of us, I would like to ask our judge to stand. And Voorzitter, we would like to thank you for participating and taking time for your difficult day out of your difficult day to be here with us. We will send your email as prescribed from Toastmasters for a judge's certificate to you via email, as we are now using that digital forum to sending our certificates to the members in their participation. However, you get a photo op with the, you just do the back. Yes.
She won the logo.
That's what she said.
Yeah. The other side has a rating. Yeah, so if they zoom in, they're going to see that is not a person. Or just shake hands. Shake hands.
Good. Make sure the name. Thank you.
I yield the floor back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Brenda. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of our special meeting, number 2 of the St. Martin Youth Parliament. I would like to thank the President of Parliament for administering the oath of office, the Griffier, Mr. Garrick Richardson, and the staff of Parliament for permitting us to hold our inauguration ceremony here today. A special thanks to MP Sarah Westcott, MP Melissa Gums, MP Ajane Remu, and Angelique, sorry, I'm so sorry. MP Angelique Remu and MP Ludmila de Weaver, and parents and friends for joining us today. Thank you to the media for the coverage of this meeting. Congratulations, youth members of Parliament. I look forward to a challenging yet productive year ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation. I hereby close this meeting. Meeting closed.
the newly inducted members, along with the presidium and the visitor, and the MPs. Then after, and the parents can then take photo ops with them. So, all you come. Why MPs come?